So, what do you do, Fulham?
I scream for mercy and run and hide behind Gonad Blighter. And then I'm going to use my portent roll to force the attack to be a 5 on the roll.
Oh, you dick!
Nice.
Oh, you dick!
Yes, this is why I built this character.
All right, so that's the end of the combat for you guys. Great job. Able to defeat everybody. His body goes limp after that, obviously. And the announcer up in the stand states, and there we have it! And everyone cheers. Eruption in the stands from all the cheering. And now you guys can go collect what is due to you guys.
Money time.
So
Make some bank.
Awesome.
I'm assuming you guys going to go collect that right away?
Well, right, yeah. I look at
Yep.
Nope.
Gonad Blighter and Full, and I'm like, yeah, right, guys? Yes.
Yep. Here we go.
Especially Folon. Folon's going to collect it.
All right,
that
so
would probably
He's
be
pretty.
best.
He's pretty good at collecting money.
so you guys kind of bandage up yourselves as best as possible. Just for now, you guys can't actually gain any hit points at the moment.
Leviticus is welcoming this health like triage, but he's also kind of like confused. Like, where did we get these bandages from? Where were they like a few minutes ago?
No. You guys walk out of the arena.
So,
and
are
they've
you
got,
saying
like,
I can't put my?
bandages.
Are you saying I can't put my health back to full?
Can't put it back to anywhere. It stays where it is right now.
Stays where it is for right now until you
And
take
just
a long rest.
Keep our entrails in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is flavor text.
Okay.
When I'm saying you guys bandage.
I'm with you.
Because you guys can't really be bleeding all over the place collecting money. So, I mean, you could, but it doesn't make sense. Huh?
It's not good for the brand.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So you guys head into the area where you can collect what is due or what is owed to you guys. As you guys get there, you're standing in line, and you walk up to the clerk, and the clerk looks up at you guys and goes, ticket number. And you guys give him the ticket for the fight you guys were in. He goes, okay, that's 2 fights. That's 100 gold each. And he begins to slide
Nice.
100 gold to each of you.
We are rolling in the dough
Is
right
that
now.
is that correct, JD, or did we have a third surprise fight that we need to tell him about?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, it was a month ago.
Okay,
JD.
all right. You guys had a third fight that
Yeah,
was
we
not
did.
intended, and they're trying to stiff you. All
Yeah.
right, I'm going to give that to you.
Of course.
Good call, Full.
JD's NPC characters are always trying to stiff us.
So Folan will bring that up, and he's like,
Go
actually,
figure.
there was a third last-minute fight that was added to the docket. You might want to recheck the records on that one.
He
Again, like, he's not accusatory. He's not like,
Yeah.
you son of a bitch. Just recheck the records. There might have been a last-minute change to the docket for the fight.
okay.
Yeah.
So he kind of looks at the docket. He looks it over again, and he is like, no, everything seems to be in order here. 2 fights, 50 gold each per fight.
And then Folan, like, flips his hair and, like, goes into, like, Karen mode, and he's like, I want to talk to your manager.
Awesome.
As you guys are saying that, or as Folan, you begin to get frustrated with this information that they're giving you.
been known to slaughter indiscriminately.
He has. It's true. It happened in the last 24 hours.
This man comes around the corner, and he goes, Folan Starfield, is that you?
Do I recognize the man?
You do not.
Yes, that is my name. Who's asking? Who do I have the pleasure of addressing?
Tal Aukis. I am the magistrate of entertainment here. You guys did a great job out in the ring.
Well, thank you.
And-
Thank you very much, Mr. Aukis. I'm sorry, we were trying to, there was a mix-up with the paperwork or something. The third fight didn't come onto the docket or something. I don't know what the problem is.
He kind of looks over at the clerk, and he was like, give them 3 fights. They did an excellent job, and there was a surprise one. It wasn't in the records. Just give them 3. And the clerk goes, oh, yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. And he slides another 50 to each of your piles of gold that you
So,
have.
150 for each of us then.
150 for each. Yep.
Cool.
Hundo 50. And
So that's 150 total.
total per each person. So Leviticus gets 150, Folan gets 150, and Gonad Blighter gets 150.
Can I leave and go shopping for undisclosed number of items?
You can. However, I am going to remind you that you guys were planning on trying to get your buddy out, John. So, I mean,
All
you
right,
could just
fine.
leave, and then everyone's just like, all right, I guess we're just not going to get him out. It's your guys' call.
No, I really want to go shopping, but then my conscience kind of encourages me to stay.
Okay, cool.
Is it Magistrate Aukis? Am I to understand that you're the leader of the entertainment district?
As you're saying that, you realize that the voice is very recognizable, and he was the announcer in the ring. And he goes, "Of course, who else? It is I, the great magistrate of entertainment, Aukis." And he's very dramatic about everything for obvious reasons.
Right. Yeah. You gotta play up his persona, right?
Yeah, exactly. And he looks at you guys injured, and he goes, "Look at the state of you." And he says, "I'll send my healers over to you. Where are you staying, Sarfail?"
At the Plucked Pigeon, or whatever the name of the tavern
Yeah,
is.
I actually wrote down the name of the tavern. So we're gonna call it the Hollow Moon Inn.
Okay.
That's where you're staying.
All right. I don't want to impose on your healers, Magistrate Aukis. I mean, it looks worse than it is. A good night's rest, and I'll be well on my way to mending, I'm sure.
He says, nonsense. I worked with your father. You get the same treatment as if you are him.
Well, very well. I will accept your gracious offer. Thank you very much.
And he kind of bow. He does one of those like bows to you, very dramatic.
Yeah.
And
I follow suit, but I'm like, oh, ow, oh. I try to, like, I do a fairly decent bow, but you know.
And he says, what brings you to the arena? And he's looking at all of you this time, not just Folan.
Blood.
Blood. Do you say that, Leviticus?
Yep. Kind of feel like
I didn't hear him. What did he say?
Kind of bitter that my impressive attacks didn't quite land.
He said blood.
Oh.
And
I step forward and I say, Neural, I would like to free my friend Neural.
The magistrate first looks at Leviticus and he goes, "Well, you're gonna have to work on those attacks, aren't you? If you want blood." And then he
kind of like under my breath, without like anybody really being able to hear me, I said, "Maybe I'll try practicing them on you."
And he looks over at Gonad and he goes, "Oh, Neural. Yes, he's one of our older fighters. Not as good as he used to be, but and then he says, "You look familiar." Looking at you, Gonad Blighter.
Yeah.
I recently purchased Mr. Blighter's freedom from the pins.
Oh, pity.
Well on his way to becoming an upstanding citizen of this city, and I kind of give Gonad Blighter like the
like, you better.
Yeah.
I like embarrassingly like shift my feet around.
And he's hoping for a similar fate for his friend Neural, who is currently still employed by yourself, I understand.
Yes. And he kind of snaps his fingers over to the clerk behind you, and he was like, "Neural, bring me the stats of Neural." And the clerk like very quickly starts to thumb through all the paperwork, and within a couple of seconds, he hands him a parchment of Neural's stats, and he goes, "Oh," holding it up. He's like, "Yeah, we could sell him. He's not in his prime anymore, so I don't see why he couldn't help." He couldn't get out of here and make another life for himself.
Yes.
And he looks over to you, Folan, and he goes, "What was your purchasing price? What did you think? What were you thinking?"
Last time, JD, I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of, we talked like 300 something.
Yeah. You guys expected, from bartering for Gonad,
Mm-hmm.
you expected between 200 to maybe.
But we always
350.
start low. We always got to start low.
So, so for a I guess an able-bodied young like full quality, it's on the upper end of like 350. But then it's
No.
oh
So
no, just for Neural.
so Gonad wasn't the greatest fighter in the arena, right? And so therefore he
Somewhere in the
wasn't.
lower third.
He was. Yeah. I mean, he's not the top. Otherwise, you guys would have been fighting him in here, right?
Right.
So anyway, Neural is on the lower end of that. A prime is like 600 gold.
Okay.
Like
And
that's
how
like
much-
in his prime.
And how much did I pay for Gonad? 300.
No, you paid like 200, like something around 200.
Well, because I also had my family favor that I called in.
Right.
I
Yeah.
I just cut a dude's head off and batted it into the stands.
It doesn't mean that you can't get better.
No, I'm already the greatest.
Well, so okay, so
You can
Fallen
get
says,
more dead than that.
of course, the like as you say, Neural is past his prime, perhaps, but still fairly healthy. And I'm given to understand that a reasonable price starting point would be somewhere around 250.
He kind of looks back at the sheet and he's like, "That's a little low. How about 400?"
Well, we do have our winnings, which we just, of course, your delightfully helpful clerk here just helped us procure. However, we do have other interests that we also have to attend to. What do you think, Gonad Blighter, Leviticus? Could we cobble together 300? Would that be acceptable? And I'm like playing up though, like, guys, can we do this? Oh,
yeah.
no.
I'm looking at my purse. I'm like, I don't know. I could probably help out with that.
Gonad Blighter, could you add in 100 for your friend Neural?
I certainly can.
So I look back at Magistrate Akas and I say 300. Would that be acceptable?
He kind of like leans back and looks at the parchment and he goes, throws it in the air and he goes, "Of course, why not? You're
Excellent.
you're Starfield's son, of course."
It's
And,
Starfield.
Yeah, he doesn't.
No.
He doesn't.
He's like, it's Starfield.
He and he kind of snaps his fingers again, and he says, go fetch me Gnarl's paperwork, and you guys can pick him up around back. And he kind of
Excellent.
motions to the door, and he goes, "Okay, so it's settled, 300." And he goes to put out his hand to shake your hand, Fallen.
Absolutely. Fallen steps up, extends a hand, shakes it firmly, and again with a little bow, he says, "Thank you very much. It was a pleasure doing business with you."
And he says, "Well, it's the least I can do, being an heir in the Starfail name. You guys, your family has done so much for this nation and for the city. We need to pay you back."
I
It's like,
love.
has the Starfield family been such a great contributor to the community, or was it the other family whose name is Starfield but is very similar to Starfield?
So it was only all the time it was supposed to be pronounced Starfield.
Yeah, so there's like a silent T that's not even in the spelling, but you're supposed to the way to pronounce it.
It's the opposite of a silent letter.
Like invisible letter.
So wait, it's Starfield? The field of stars?
Just hand over the money, Gonad Blighter, please.
Oh, in addition,
So I had
it's
150
also like a
now.
sci-fi kind of quest.
I had 150. Now it's 50.
Yes.
Right.
So subtract 100 from each of your inventories, and as a servant comes walking up to hand the paperwork, Gnarl's paperwork, to Akas, Gonad, you notice that it's the same one who had taken money from the magistrate in the city square.
Taking money from the magistrate in the city square.
He was the one
Oh.
who gave you the tip that Dark Cloak was
Dark
in.
Cloak was there.
Yeah.
Um,
And-
um,
He
Right.
hands the paperwork to Akkus, and then he like glances up, and then you both lock eyes, and he freezes.
I pull out my sword and no, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. I whisper into Folon's ear and I get him up to speed on what the situation is with this guy. And
So he gave you a dirty tip that didn't lead anywhere or something? What happened?
yeah, he set me up. He was trying to get me busted, and while my freedom hadn't been procured at that point, and he was trying to get me caught and perhaps killed. And he betrayed my trust in my attempt to find revenge. I should be saying this in my voice, shouldn't I?
It's all good. It's something that you explained.
Yeah, I got him up to speed. This
Yeah.
is like as close to a nemesis as I can find.
That might be going a little overboard.
Yeah.
Nemesis is a pretty strong word.
I want this person dead.
No, so I simply nod and push Gonad Blighter's head away because it's not important right now. We have bigger fish to fry. Later.
Octus kind of looks over to the servant, and he says, "Go get Null ready and bring him out back. They'll be out there very soon to pick him up from you."
When it's just me and this guy locking eyes, and there's are there guards around?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh jeez.
And I do want to make it clear to the magistrate again, JD, like we did at the steps of the temple when the whole shindig went down with Gonad Blighter. I am not seeking a transfer of property. I am seeking a dissolution of the slave ownership.
He understands.
Okay.
He understands,
I
and
sure.
he understands, and he says all the paperwork is being readied, and it'll be sent to your inn, to the
walk up.
Hollow Moon Inn.
I walk up to this grunt that betrayed me, and I look him. I get up really close, all up in his face, and say, "This isn't over.
He
coming for you."
He kind of ignores you and kind of shrinks a little bit more, and he looks up at Magistrate Tall and says, "Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir." And he like scurries off very quickly.
Yeah, you better scurry,
Mr. Blighter. Let's not frenzy the locals now. Come on.
The magistrate kind of does a bow again and says, "I must be going. It's been great to meet all of you, especially you, Folan. Like I said, your father has done great work with us. If you ever want to read about some of the things he's done, just go to the library. There's a whole chronicle of his adventures there."
I'm sure there is.
I glance over to Gonad Blighter. Gonad Blighter kind of glances over to me, and I'm kind of like,
And with that, Magistrate Tall leaves the area.
Cool.
So you guys can go around back and pick up Gnarl.
Yep.
If you'd like.
I think that's our next stop, unless you guys have something else you want to do in between.
Nope. Let's get Neural.
All right.
And then have him lead us to his massive hoard of gold, whatever that is.
Yeah. get our gold back.
I think all three of us are dubious.
So you guys.
No, you guys can trust Neural. Neural's cool, man.
Okay.
He's cool.
All right.
But it sounds to us like Gonad Blighter's like a little bit in denial.
Yeah.
You guys don't even know what you're talking about.
So you guys end up leaving the cache area, and you go around back, and the servant, the servant is leading Gnarl out, and it's the same servant that you were eyeballing.
Are there guards around us now?
There are not.
I grab the guy by the scruff of his shirt, and I'm like, "You betrayed me."
Gnarl, because now Gnarl is no longer in chains, starts to punch him in the gut. He's like, "You betrayed him!" He's just getting into it.
All right, it's okay. It's like I'm trying to separate a couple dogs that are fighting. Like, break it up, come on. And I kind of lean in and I say, "These are friends of mine. However, if they misbehave, you have my blessing to throw them out on their ass."
he rushes in this time and kind of leans into Folan, and he goes, sir, you may want to come to the front, sir. And as he's saying that to you, your mother enters in through the front door.
Oh, dang.
Oh dear.
Like and subscribe. Check out what happened last time right here. Check out what happens next time right here. We stream on Twitch. Links down below.